President Barrow has been criticized by many for recalling ambassadors, especially those that are thought to be close to the United Democratic Party. Many hold the conviction that his action has been warranted by the fallout he has with the UDP after sacking its leader. But to President Barrow, it is a new initiative that his government has taken. In an exclusive interview with Eyeafrica TV at State House, the president says his government has taken new reforms to replace the old guards with young ones, and this has manifested in the recalling of the aging ambassadors, which he says has nothing to do with politics. Let's hear more from the Gambian leader in this excerpt.
But is it true that you are recalling ambassadors that are close to UDP?
Recalling?
Yes.
No. I don't recall people based on politics. Even the person you are appointed, do you know which party he is supporting? Do you know? You don't know. In here, you don't know what is in there. But part of our reforms, I think we want younger people now to come in. People who have retired, 70 years, I think it's time now. They give chance to young people. And we are appointing young ambassadors. Younger, far younger than those. Okay. Look at all the new appointments. Younger appointments. Far younger than the people who were there. It's part of our reforms. That's it.
Okay.
You've always advocated for youth empowerment, and we have seen Mr. Baji appointed as the Ministry of Youth and Sports. How many more are we expecting?
Yes, I'm part of our reforms. We want younger people to be in government. To me, I don't know whether that is what is going to happen, but I think that the next president will be younger than me. So that's why we want to encourage young people to take leadership. That is the reality. Young people, we believe that they are smart, they are strong, they have energy. I think they can carry the responsibility of governance in the future. That's why we are trying to encourage them. We will see more young people in my government in the future, definitely.
Speaking during an exclusive interview with Eyeafrica TV on Friday. Now joining me in the studios to discuss on the matter is UDP's Nyawuru. Good morning.
Good morning. Tungara. Today this is what is trending. I'm very happy to be here today in the part of this segment of Eyeafrica TV's Good Morning Africa. Just to tell the people who are viewing and listening, we are here for national interest. We are here to speak the truth no matter what. So let nobody take this personal. It is the country's issue here, Gambia calling, and if Mother Gambia calls, the only thing we do bisect issues, discuss them, and be critical of what is happening in this country. So everybody listening to this program, watching all over the world here, home and diaspora, we are saying good morning to you all, and thank you.
Good morning, and we are always thrilled to have you in our studios because whenever you appear, there's always light in the studios. So you've had the president speak. What do you think of it? Do you trust what the president said?
I don't trust, and I don't think he is serious.
And why is that?
Because if you have to start overhauling the people here you call old people who are aging, you have the oldest presidential advisor maybe in the entire world, in the mobile force. Why don't you retrench him and appoint another young guy to be your advice? If people around you are old, they are older than people you recall, and yet still you are telling us age and reform. And what reform are you talking about? Because when you come to his cabinet, it is only one young guy there right now that we're saying youth empowerment. That is Bakari Baji, and who else?
But maybe the president has his own personal reason.
You know, we all know what is happening, what is here under the table that you can see. The president is just trying to paint whatever he does nicely by claiming that he has reforms. No, all his reforms agendas are non-starters, because that is why he felt apart with the UDP. He is not serious with reform. If you are serious with reform, you should not be recycling people who are adversely mentioned in commission's reports, and recommendations were given for those people to be reprimanded. And you didn't do anything about those, implement any recommendations about that. You cherry pick what you like, pick and choose. And that is what is the honor of the day in this Barrow's government. When you can say Modu Sabari will be banned for life, but Mamburenja is free to go at it and still be a state minister. Alaji Sise still can be the chief protocol officer, and other people like Tangara and other people who are advisedly mentioned in issues in this country.
I doubt the president will just blindly choose people like that. He might be looking for some capabilities that those aging groups don't possess at all.
It's today he's seen they've not possessed anything. But previously when they were appointed, he said a lot of good things about them. So that is not the issue, because he has not even mentioned about competence. Competence has nothing to do with age, Tunkara. Competence has to do with an individual's capacity. Age has nothing to do with competence. A young guy can be that old and matured in the brain when an old guy is not matured in the brain. But likewise, or the opposite, the old guy can be very old. He's a very cool, level-headed individual, and age has nothing to do with his competence, his capabilities, or the way he can deliver in positions as he is appointed. But we know there is that pretext that the president will always give to defend whatever he does. He said it earlier. We know he said he can't. He doesn't know. He has technocrats, luminaries around him, educationists, experts, who will guide him in going to the promised land. And now when you start dropping each of those individuals along the way on the bus and you start riding on a horse, that means that you forgot about your agenda, you forgot about the reforms, you are on a personal crusade, and that is the NPP. You're talking about young people. Please, Mr. Barrow, if you want to give young people the chance, you should not have thrown that progressive document called the CRC draft that was taken to the National Assembly. Courtesy of you, Ahmad Ba, and your so-called brown envelope MPs, you were able to dump that progressive document that was there for the youth, because it gave youth representation maximum respect.
So, Nyawuri, is this your own personal perspective, or it's from the UDP itself? You think this is politically driven?
It is not a personal perspective only. It is a popular perspective. It is a constructive perspective. It is a patriotic perspective, because I'm a Gambian. If you want to support the youth, you support a document that has empowered the youth more than any other document for 100 and something years of Gambia's history. When you look at the draft constitution, it has given quotation, it has given us a quota in certain aspects of decision making, especially the National Assembly, and what should be given to the youth is specific in the National Assembly, not acts in the constitution. And that is very important. Yet, if you are doing that, and you as the president started that project, and you still condemn that project to its untimely demise, yes, if you want to come, Mr. President, if you truly want to live by what you think and what you believe in, you should not even be thinking of having 15 years. You should be content with 10 years, even if it is retrospective, in as much as it's 10 years. That's good for you.
The president
give an opportunity to the young ones coming up, so that the 5 years that will be there will be somebody else.
The president on Friday said if he were in the National Assembly, he would have voted yes for the Constitution.
My friend.
So that is manifesting that he has the country at heart. This is a
politician who is speaking. This is a politician talking here. What he is saying and what he means is not the same. We know what he means. When that draft was going through those processes of being mentioned, first reading, second reading, did he make any plea officially on television or making it public that please, National Assembly members, make sure that this bill has passed through the second reading, let it go to the committee level, the third reading, then whatever amendments you want to do, you can do it later, and pass it to the Gambian people whose money were spent on drafting this constitution. But if he never did so.
Nyawuri, if he does that, don't you think he will be interfering in the process?
No. No. Political party leaders did it. National Assembly members, some of them lobbied.
Those are political parties, but he is the president. We're talking about the president here.
Ms. Tunkan, the president, this is the brainchild of the president. He said this is his CRC. When he was coming, even during the 3-year issue, these are the issues that the president said they have not done yet with that, so they have not completed their mandate. That the TRRC is there, the Constitutional Review Commission is ongoing. So because of those reasons, the 3 years we cannot relinquish power and go back to the pools. So now, it is a government bill, sponsored government bill. So if you start lobbying, lobbying is not the bad side of governance, it's a very good thing. Start lobbying, convince other unconvinced National Assembly members, especially the 8. Now, everybody knows it's an open secret that the renegade National Assembly members from the United Democratic are with Barrow. Openly, they've said they're siding with Barrow. why didn't he convince his MPs to vote for it if he obviously thinks that they should vote for it, and when he was there, he would have voted for it. They will listen to him. He is their alpha and omega. He is their chief patron. He is giving them envelopes frequently. So I think whatever he tells them, they do. But if he tells us, when I'm there, I would have done this, and the people who are there representing him and his interests voted against the Gambia, voted against the future.
He is giving them envelopes.
Yes.
Is that an allegation?
It's not an allegation, it's a fact.
Are you sure about
You're
that?
very sure. Now, there is nowhere in the world that they can dispute it, because they've been collecting it with other colleagues, and they came forward and said, the president gave us money, and that is it. We take it from the horse's mouth. They were not only the people confronted or met by the president or pulls or fought with his agenda when they were trying to formulate that party. When they created the National Youth for Barrow's National Youth for Development, we said it's a political party in the making. Everybody we've vindicated now, and that's true. So that is the time they started giving envelopes. Not everybody was that bad and rogue. Some rejected the envelopes. So the people who rejected the envelope come forward with their secrets. And now the people who are giving their allegiance to the president are still collecting envelopes, my sister. They are collecting. That is the truth, hard fact. No rumor, no allegation.
That is the hard fact from Nyauru, right?
From everybody.
No, from you. You don't have to generalize it. It's from you, okay?